wildlife conflict is right now the most important.
I was literally trying to like stay alive.
This is why they say not to walk from my house to there. These are just little guys, but
The only reason that it's safe to be this close is just because of their tolerance is up for humans by their watering hole, because it's right on Richard's property. No sudden movements, just nice and calm. We'll just watch them have a drink and then we'll be on their lunch.
now look at this stuff. This stuff's called Whistlethorn, and it is super scary stuff, and it hurts to touch. These guys actually love this stuff, as well as other browsers like giraffes and black rhino. What's interesting about this stuff, and this is a cool relationship between insects and this plant, similar to what oxpeckers would be to rhinos. But inside these weird things are ants. And if I shake this and mimic, look what happens. Look how the ants come out of there. See all the ants there? It's almost like a defense mechanism. So the plant, in this case, the whistlethorn, provides a home for these ants. But in return, browsers come to eat on this whistlethorn. The ants, when aggravated, come out and protect the plant. Kind of cool.
Now we're heading up into 206 for a little tour on the Amboseli. Day one begins. Just got dropped off by Richie, he's gonna take off, and then we're with the boys for the next couple days.
You made me so nauseous that I was dying. I was sweating buckets.
Why didn't you say, you never said a word the entire time?
I know, because I was literally sick. Like I was literally trying to like stay alive.
Posture of elephants, and like they obviously give you signs based on their behavior. What is the number one telltale sign? It's like, hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
At the first time he sees you, he raises his head up,
Yeah.
and maybe flapping his ears.
Okay.
Yeah, shaking his head.
Right.
It's just like a warning.
Right.
But after that, if he sees you that he have no problem with him, he relax and continue grazing.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, the one who don't want you in his presence, he shake his head and maybe go back a little bit. Then you know that he's not happy with you.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
So for the most part, we've just seen bulls. This is the first family group we've seen. which will comprise of a matriarch, a female, and then her family group, which usually doesn't contain many males, if any. Most males will leave around the age of 14 and go off on their own and create kind of bachelor groups. So right now we're sitting right in the middle of a corridor that links a couple different areas. Behind you is the Kimana Sanctuary, and behind me is the Amboseli ecosystem. And this corridor, as you can see, is from that point there to this point here, which is just 100 meters wide. And this is supposed to suffice for wildlife to travel to and from these areas, especially in the dry season when there's a lot of movement with wildlife. You know, it does happen where wildlife is killed because of wildlife encroaching on the surrounding community's farmland and raiding crops. Big Life has come in and put up electric fencing to help channel the wildlife to mitigate a lot of the human-wildlife conflict that happens. So this is 8 to 9 kilometers where there's zero fencing at all between Kimana Sanctuary and farmland. So this is an area that they have a mobile unit and outpost to help manage issues at night, because elephants typically come and raid crops more at nighttime than in the daytime.
When human-wildlife conflict happens, in less than 10 minutes you need to be there.
Yeah.
To bull elephants,
Yeah.
if they get in, they can eat 2 to 3 acres in an hour. So you need actually to respond so quickly.
2 to 3 acres in an hour?
Yeah.
What?
All right, so we're at one of the remote camps that they have. This one's actually situated right beside where the community is, on the one edge of the Kimana. The other side here is where all the wildlife is. And so this intersection is where obviously it's smart to place a mobile unit because this is where we're going to see the most amount of wildlife-human interaction. In general, these guys will always set themselves up where the most amount of wildlife is. So elephants or zebra or giraffe are in another area. They will set up their unit there, obviously to be as close as possible to any potential conflicts. Inside, I think that this will actually sleep about 6 rangers, 2 of which are still here on post, and the other 4 are off doing their patrol. The 2 that are left here are actually not necessarily here to mitigate human-wildlife conflict. They're actually here to make sure that the grazing cattle aren't coming over onto the wildlife side of the Kimana and actually starting to overgraze into this ecosystem. So these guys are here preventing that from happening, while the other 4 are out checking for any potential conflicts.
So we just pulled up to Bonham Camps, which is situated right in Kimana Sanctuary. You can see just a bunch of, we'll call it luxury tenting, located right in the heart of Kimana, and you know, every type of wildlife you can think of surrounds this area. So we're in for a good couple days here. So we stayed last night at Jack Bonham's camp. It's a small tourism operator with a couple tents right in the heart of the Kimana Sanctuary. And tourism plays a big part in wildlife conservation because it generates funds to the local community and organizations like Big Life to protect the wildlife. And it's all interconnected. Big Life protects the wildlife. Wildlife is thriving here. People want to come see the wildlife. And the funds that come through the tourism operators goes right into local communities. So all 3 are interconnected. All 3 are super important to make this function, and everyone benefits. And camps like this have taken a big hit over the last 2 years due to COVID. So I encourage you to get out here and see this for yourself. And by doing that, you're gonna give back to local communities and help protect wildlife. What was the call exactly? What was the call for?
Strike the funds.